Book 4, Stage 8, Lesson 124. Extend.
Extend.
Okay, how far does the road outside this window extend?
The road outside this window extends as far as the Bojack car.
Okay, very good. Are they extending the town in which you live?
Yes, they're extending the city in which I live.
Okay, or city. In which direction?
In all directions except for east.
Okay, very good. Extend your left arm towards me, please. Thank you. What are you doing?
I'm extending my left arm towards you.
Very good. No two futures together. No two futures together, okay? Chat.
Chat.
Okay. In English, we cannot put two futures together, even though we are speaking of two actions in the future. For example, we can't say, when you will come here tomorrow, I will give you the money. Okay, you can't say that. We must say instead, when you come here tomorrow, I will give you the money. The first verb being in the present tense and only the second action being put in the future tense. Okay? Okay, is this sentence correct? When I will sell my old car, I will buy a new one.
No, that sentence isn't correct.
Why not?
Because we can't put two futures together.
Okay, can you correct the sentence then?
When I sell my old car, I will buy a new one.
Very good, okay. Instead of the present simple tense, we can also use the present perfect and say, for example, after I have done my homework, I shall go to the cinema, okay? What other tense can we use besides the simple present tense?
We can use the present perfect besides the present simple.
Very good. Can you give me an example, please?
When they have gone, we shall be able to have a quiet chat together.
Okay. Thus.
Thus.
Accordingly.
Accordingly.
Change.
Change.
Eyesight.
Eyesight.
Shopkeeper.
Shopkeeper.
Okay. The word thus means in this way or accordingly. It is similar to the word so. For example, instead of doing it thus, it's better to do it in this way. Or, his eyesight is very bad, thus it'd be very dangerous to let him drive. Okay? What does the word thus mean?
The word thus means in this way or accordingly.
Okay, can you give me an example of each?
Okay,
It means.
Okay, if you brush your hair thus, you look stupid, or he's rather dishonest. Thus, for example, he sometimes gives the customers the wrong change.
Okay, now, if you gave a shopkeeper £10 for something that costs £5, and he gave you only £4 change, what would you do?
If I gave the shopkeeper £10 for something that costs £5 and he only gave me £4 change, I'd tell him that he'd made a mistake.
Okay.
And ask for the extra pound.
Okay, very good. Trust.
Trust.
Entrust.
Entrust.
National trust.
National trust.
Okay, is there anyone you can think of whom you could trust with your life?
Yes, there's someone I can think of who I trust with my life.
Okay, who would that be and why?
That person would be you because you're so cute.
Ah, thank you. Now, do you think that when a man dies, it's better for him to put his money in trust so that his child cannot touch it until he or she is 21? Or do you think the child should be allowed to have it when he or she likes?
I think that when a man dies, it's better for him to put it in trust so that his child will have to wait until he or she is 21.
Okay. Why do you think that?
I think that young people have a habit or a tendency to spend money on bad investments or in
things they don't need?
Yeah, things that they don't need.
Very good. Are there any buildings in this place where you live that belong to the National Trust? Are there any buildings in this place that belong to the National Trust?
No, there aren't any buildings that I know of that belong to the National Trust.
Okay. Depend on.
Depend on.
Dependent.
Dependent.
Punctual.
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 Do you know what punctual means?
Is punctual to have good grammar and punctuation?
No, it's to arrive on time.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Very important.
Yes.
Punctual.
No, I'm not very familiar with that word.
Okay. Now, do you depend on anyone for money, or are you independent?
I'm independent.
Okay. Which is it better to be, dependent or independent?
I think it's better to be independent.
Okay, why?
If you're independent, you don't have to explain what you spend your money on or answer to anybody.
Okay. When you make an appointment with a friend of yours, can your friend usually depend on you, Holly, to be punctual?
No, my friends can't depend on me to be punctual.
Punctual or punctual?
Punctual.
Okay. Why not?
Sometimes the traffic in Bogota is really bad, so it's sometimes difficult to arrive at the place where you are. And
okay. Does it always depend on other things, or does it sometimes depend on you?
I mean, it depends on you too, but for example, if you only have half an hour to get to a place and you can't get the bus or something like that, sometimes it's out of your control.
Sometimes it is, that is true.
Sometimes it's not, for example, if you sleep in or something like that.
Okay, good. Row. Okay. In the old days, before steam, ships were made to move either by rowing, with slaves often being employed for such work, or by means of sail, which was fixed up in order to catch the wind. Okay. How were ships made to move in the old days before steam?
Ships were made to move in the old days before steam, either by rowing or by sail.
Okay. Wish plus past. Wish plus past.
Wish plus past.
In time.
In time.
Okay. Many. Happy. Returns. Of the day. Many happy returns of the day.
Many happy returns of the day.
Okay. After the word wish, we use the subjunctive. That is the past tense. For example, I wish you were here now. Okay. Which tense do we use after the word wish?
We use the subjunctive after the word wish.
Okay, good. Give me 3 examples, please.
Okay.
1.
I wish I were a millionaire.
2.
He wishes he could speak English much better than I do.
Okay, 3.
I wish you had come in time.
Okay. When it is someone's birthday, we say to him, many happy returns of the day. Okay? Many happy returns of the day. What do we wish someone when it's his or her birthday?
When it's someone's birthday, we wish him or her many happy returns of the day.
Okay. Actual.
Ideal.
Actually.
Actually.
Okay. Are you the kind of person who likes to talk about the ideal, theoretically state of things, in other words, how you think things ought to be? Or do you consider such things a waste of time and consequently prefer to talk about the actual state of things?
I'm the kind of person who likes to talk about the way that things ought to be, so I like to talk about the ideal.
Okay, very good. Give me a sentence with the word actually in it.
He promised to give me the money on Saturday and actually, to my surprise, gave it to me on Saturday.
Okay, check. Okay. When you pay for something in a shop, do you always check to see that when you pay for something in a shop, do you always check to see that they have given you the right change?
Yes, when I pay for something in a shop, I always check to see if they've given me the right change.
Okay.
Or that it's not a false bill, for example.
Very good. Log. What's a log?
A log is usually part of a branch of a tree which has been cut up into pieces for fire.
Okay, very good. Common sense. What is common sense, Holly?
I'm not sure. Common sense is practical good sense gained from life, but not from special study.
Okay, very good. Which is more important in everyday life, intelligence or common sense?
Common sense is more important in everyday life.
Okay, why?
Because we have to be practical in our everyday life, whereas intelligence is usually needed for work or for a higher nature of studying.
Okay, good. Tool. What do we use tools for?
We use tools for gardening, constructing things, making things, etc.
Okay. Give me some example of tools.
Hammer, saw, screwdriver, pliers, etc.
Very good. Bean. What do we mean when we say that someone's full of beans? What do we mean when we say someone's full of beans?
When we say that someone's full of beans, we mean he's full of life and energy. Probably because beans are good for your health.
Okay. Yes. Talk. Congratulations, Holly. You just learned your 1,991 first word. 9. 1991. Very good.
That's 991st word.
Yes, exactly. Talk. Okay.
Talk.
Now, the verb to talk is similar to the verb to speak, but it is generally used in a more informal or idle sense than to speak. Okay? What does the verb to talk mean?
The verb to talk means that.
Or similar, or it's similar to the verb.
The verb to talk means that it's like to speak.
It's similar to the verb to speak.
It's
Okay,
similar to the
but
verb
you
to
use
speak.
it usually in a more informal way.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Now, do you talk very much to your next door neighbors at home?
No, I don't talk very much to my next door neighbors at home.
Okay. What does the teacher generally tell you to do if you start talking to the pupil sitting next to you?
If I start talking to the pupil sitting next to me, the teacher generally tells me to be quiet.
Yes. Idiom 27. Idiom 27. See red.
See red.
Which means to become very angry. Okay? For example, I was so angry, I just saw red for a moment and hit him.
Oh, goodness.
Okay?
Okay.
Now, what does the idiom see red mean?
The idiom to see red means to become very angry.
Okay. Could you give me an example, please?
It makes me see red when I see someone hitting an animal.
Okay. End of lesson 124.